Hello. Hello, 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 hello. I'm so tempted to send a tell to somebody, but I probably shouldn't bug them. Anyhow, welcome. We are here for a very special cause, and before I get started with my shenanigans of the day, we're going to look at the beautiful skies of the Shire and my character's butt. Why not? And I need to tweet and things. So, tweet and post, tweet and post. And then we're going to get into it. And I'll explain what we're going to do today. And then we'll just get into it because this is what I'm doing for the entire rest of the day. Alright. Raising money for hashtag no extra life for kids. On my stream, running the at Lotro anniversary scavenger hunt. Tales quests 1 through 11 and the epilogue. And because Twitter is a butthead, we'll do it this way. And it's like, well, Jude, why didn't you do this before the stream? Because Jude is getting ready for the stream. It was so hectic getting things ready. And I got most of the stuff ready last night. I haven't even finished my breakfast yet. Yes, French fries are my breakfast. Bite me. Okay, so let's grab that and post all. Let's go over to the Biscays and boop. Except over on Blue Sky, I can actually just put in the freaking link and they don't care. And just click add link card. Boom, done. Oh, yeah. And the fact that Lotro doesn't have a presence on Blue Sky, which is kind of silly. I think we should all gently tell Cordovan he should just get the company, accounts on Blue Sky. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. As I'm gonna go down to the party tree. And, there we go. My official title of the day. This title actually was originally given out on the very first years that Sapiens was running the Extra Life Charity adventures. Back when he was still the community manager. Before he said he actually left Turbine to go work for the Extra Life Charity. And then he moved on to other things. And Poteen! So here's the game plan. Is I'm going to run all 11 Tales quests. The big one, not the Eriador version. And I have Lotro points codes to give away, thanks to Cordovan. However, we're going to do things a little bit differently than the way I've done it in previous events. Previously, what I would do is, like, every time I finished one of the cards... Hi, Galdwin. My favorite stream bomber. What I would used to do is... I know where Galdwin was yesterday. Potatoes. And we'll talk about that as well. So... And I did actually tell people yesterday they are welcome to follow along and stream bomb. The main thing is no griefing. Please don't kill the mobs I need to kill. But here's the thing. What I normally have done in other charity events is like either I'd say, well, every hour I would give away something, or once I finished a card, I would give away something. This time I want to do it a little bit differently. I've been actually being part of my friend Devil or Streamathon, which was only supposed to be for 5 days long. He started it for financial reasons because his one kitty literally had a heart attack and required a lot of money to save the kitty's life. Starbuck is fine, just on lots of meds and whatever. And he's going to go for 5 days. But he made a thing, it's like, well, if you donate a certain amount, blah, 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 you know, what you do regarding the stream will translate it into points, and however many points we get, if we have this many next milestone, then I'll add another day to the streamathon kind of deal. And he wouldn't stream like every single day. In fact, we told him to stop that. But it wound up that everybody really likes those milestones. So instead of like a time thing, he was just like, okay, well, if we hit X number of points, which would, people would actually participate in the money raising, the fundraising sort of aspect of things. And a lot of it is like, cheering on Twitch. Please don't cheer on Twitch. Please don't subscribe to my channel because none of that's going to the charity. Just use the link, !EL in chat. Let me drop that in here real quick. And that will go through. There we go. There's the link. It's the direct link to Extra Life. It is not my... That's one thing I like about the Extra Life charity. This is not just some random-ass link that you don't know where it goes. This is directly to I see none of this money myself. I don't touch it. It goes straight to Extra Life, and that's cool. One thing I also want to point out is I'm wearing the actual same hairstyle my character is. Because I like this hairstyle. It's one of the new ones they recently added to humans. And that's a fun thing. So, milestones. The way we're going to do this is 100 points for $100. Now, the way that's going to work is if we keep every milestone that we hit an extra $100, like, when we hit $100, when we hit $200, when we hit $300, and it doesn't have to be a single donation, please, for the love of God. If you can, cool, but if you can't, let's be reasonable. This is not plumbing anybody's wallet. Unwillingly, so please don't do anything irresponsible with your bank account. But what'll happen is every time we hit one of those milestones where the donation amount, the number above my head here, I'm currently at $6 because that was part of my initial sign up as I threw in 25 and 19 of that goes to the platinum thing, so whatever. So once we hit under $100, I'll do a giveaway for 100 points. $200, another 100 points. There we go. That's how it's going to work. So here's how we're going to go. Let's do this. We're going to start with card 1. And again, I'm going to ignore the Eriador ones because they're cool. But we're going to go do the Frodo one. So what I did is over this past week, and even on my stream on the official yesterday, I was running around unlocking the things I needed to do to get where I needed to go. So, Isengard bids 5. Yes, Galbus! Isengard bids 5. Hell yeah. I did that quest for the very first time for real, just the other day. Not the other day. In the recent past. As opposed to Cordovin's thing saying, I'm in the near future. Alright, so... I don't know why I'm taking my war steed up the hill to Bag End, but this is what we're going to do. If you want to follow along in-game, please do. But again, please don't do anything irresponsible. Because, I'm trying to do a thing here for charity. We're trying to be cool. And normally I don't have too much of a problem with that. But let's do this. Alrighty. And I actually made a spreadsheet of all the locations of where I needed to go. And took this character on a ride and thing around Middle-earth to get all the unlocks I needed. And last night, or yesterday on my official Lotro stream, I went and unlocked Mirkwood so I could get through to Oscalath. I also unlocked skirmishes so I can do the Fort of Bruin in skirmish because that's going to be one of the things we've got to do. And I need a third one. I will also remember to eat my breakfast, which is basically just French fries. So I apologize if the sound of eating freaks you out. The sound of my tummy rumbling will be worse. And later on, in honor of Samwise, I do have apples. And I'm not going to throw them at Bill Fernie. Because, you know, as Samwise opined at the time, waste of a perfectly good apple. I have to talk to Lobelia. Okay.
It's been a
Bye.
foul day, it has.
No, the day isn't the thing that's foul here. You'll get better, though. Okay, so, gotta go to Bamfurlong to pet farmer Maggot's dogs, Grip and Fang. And I'm not gonna do these things necessarily in order. I'm just gonna get them done. So, the only thing that's gonna be happening in order is the actual Tails cards, because you can't do them out of order. Surprise. Alright. I'm gonna get over across the water. Bet you didn't know that you could actually ride a war steed across here and not fall in the water. Bet you didn't know that. I'm gonna run over Holly Hornblower's house. I'm gonna knock over the hobbits. I'm in a hurry. I'm in a hurry. So I was originally going to do this on a character who was a High Elf Mariner. I have a level 105 High Elf Mariner. Because I had the Aria of the Valar, the 105 Valar, sitting in my bank from the anniversary 2 years ago. 3 years ago. No, 2 years ago. The 15? Where, like, if you logged in, you wound up getting a like, you got a level 50, a 105, and then a 120 Valar. They were super generous in the 15th anniversary, and I'm kind of looking forward to the 20th. In 3 years, I fully expect Standing Stone to pull all the stops. Pull them all out. And go ham on this. Hopefully without a... Okay. I'm not even going to say anything. I have a little snide comment bubbling in my head about another game that's having a 20th anniversary this year. And the fact that their expansion is going for $180 if you buy the collector's edition. But theirs has a statue in it, so I guess. On the other hand, their expansion, their current expansion was $130 when it came out for the collector's edition. So that's the thing. All right, let's go down to Bamfurlong, where I missed my turn. The Shire is so pretty. This Shire is just so pretty. So, if you want to assist in the charity party, the charity event, to help get that counter going, then what we're looking at is any amount will help. And one thing that I would like to point out, even though Cordovan has not started the yearly Extra Life campaign that we normally spin up around October, November. Well, spin up around October in time for an end of October, early November event. In past years, and I expect it to be the same this year, otherwise I'll cry, but any donation will theoretically, again, assuming he doesn't change his mind, will be eligible for any of those rewards. And one of the cool things that happened, by the way, Cordovan actually took over the Locher Stream channel yesterday. And pat the dog, pat Fang too. And apparently Wolf doesn't get pats. Wolf just doesn't get pats. Wolf apparently doesn't care. Alright, we're going to go to Tom Bombadil's house. And it means, yes, we're going to jump in the river. But the goal here is raising money for kids. So, what is the Extra Life charity? I know a lot of you know very well what the charity is for. It's basically the Children's Miracle Network hospitals run this charity called Extra Life, where, ironically, Extra Life's previous motto used to be for the kids, right? Because that's what it's all about. However, they are no longer allowed to use that as a phrase because Penn State University, my alma mater, trademarked it for their dance marathon every year. So one charity got a hold of it before. It's for the Four Diamonds Fund. It's another children's charity. And they do a whole thing. They call it Thon, dance marathon. It's like dancers dancing for 48 hours of like, what? And it's a big whole thing, but this is for Extra Life. And Extra Life has, like, play games, heal kids, I think is their phrase now. And it's a lot of fun. And one of the things I really like about the Extra Life charity, and I say this all the time, I feel like I'm wheezing when I say this, is that 100% of any donation goes to, in this case, Boston Children's. That's the hospital I've designated for my stuff. And the way they do it is because one of the things you have to keep an eye on for any charity is that you gotta see what percentage of your donation goes to the actual purpose, to what it's intended for. Because some charities use, like, X amount of your donation is going to go for, overhead and costs and whatnot. But Extra Life isn't like that. The administration, all the overhead for the charity, the funds for that come from someplace else. Alright. Now, let me get lost here in... Oh. I didn't realize that had a red highlight. Alright. Let's go get lost on the way to Tom Bombadil's house, because that's what I always wind up doing. Even with a map, I still get lost on the way to Tom Bombadil's house. But maybe not this time. Maybe not this time. For those who watched my Lojo presentation, recently, that was at TextMoot, and then I presented it earlier. There we go. And dance on a table in the Prancing Pony. Some of these, they're basically a path that you can follow. Some of them, you gotta go wandering around. Alright. You know what I should also do is my Hobbit present. There we go. I got a little money. Got a little money. Gonna go to the pony. Okay. Also, one of the other rules that I'm self-imposing is while I have Mithril coin coming out my ears for buying various, supporter packs and whatnot for the game, there will be no Mithril coin teleportation. Everything will have to be right there normally, or Stable Master, or I will allow this because one of these requires going into Mordor, and this character has unlocked Mordor. Yes, I'm on Landreval. Do the quest like the rest of us. You know what? I'm just gonna ride this way, because I'm so not used to the fact that you could just ride out of the Barrow Downs. Like, what? Because #blame scenario. You can do this now. Except I came down the wrong side. That's okay. We'll just come down here and we'll ride in the creek. Swim in the creek for a little bit. And so we're gonna go until I get the entire anniversary Tales quests and the epilogue completed. Oh my yards. So, the only one that I know that I'm going to need to use, the Mordor, is one of them, the last one, the Gollum one, requires you to go to Barad-dûr, and it's actually, that was the only one of the quests that was made after the Mordor expansion. Well, that and the epilogue. Alright. So the scavenger hunt really hasn't been touched since they added the Gollum card. And then the cool epilogue. Alright. And we know what that person's doing. Doing the same thing. It doesn't matter which dance you do, I think. It's just like, alright. We did the thing. Alright. Now we're going to Rivendell. But we need to also go talk to Candace. Or rather, we gotta faint next to Candace. Because we're gonna be very sad because we know his fate. Whoa. So I have an idea for what am I going to do. So what the game looks like before it actually loads, because the lag and Bree is a little bit wacky right now, kids. Not unexpectedly. I'm looking forward to... There was one guy during Cord's anniversary stream yesterday. He was banging on about the lag. I'm like, okay, yeah, fair. Lag is a thing. We're gonna go to Oscar Ruth first, so we can ride back to Candace, and then we will ride to Rivendell. But remember how to get to Oscar Ruth, right there. There you go, Calariel. Very smart. Big brain moment there. What time of day is it? It is afternoon. Keep setting timers. Yeah, there's also Titan Bar that you can use to help keep track of, you know, there's plugins that you can use to keep track of the times. I used Titan Bar, the original Titan Bar, before it got scavenged by somebody and brought into Lotro. The WoW version of Titan Bar is amazing. But since I'm a person who won't use something that somebody I don't like has made or has worked on, I don't use Titan Bar. It's what it is. But it's a really good tool. The original Titan Bar was great. And in July, Weatherstock. Well, no, Titan Bar, from my understanding, was imported by somebody else, but the person who makes it for WoW is not the same person who brought it to Lotro, from my understanding. Either way, that's some bad negative stuff, so I don't want to really go on about it. We're here to raise a little bit of funds for the kids. So, $5, $10, whatever you got, if you have something to spare, that would be amazing. And I do recognize the fact that many people don't have anything to spare. So if you if you saw my tweet, please retweet it. If you saw my post on Blue Sky, please repost it. I am Druid Spire on both, so I'm not that hard to find. And if you need, I can go find the tweet and the post and then drop them in there. And if you, it's whatever. Alright, Candice. You sad, sad man. Now, the question is, can I faint on my horse? Not allowed while mounted. I kind of figured, like, that would be a thing. Faint. There we have done it. Okay, so now we get to talk to Frodo at Bilbo's room in Rivendell. Oh. Ah! $10! $10! And what I don't understand is I have a Stream Elements thing up there, and I can't see what just happened. Who was that? Galdwin! Not much, but every little bit helps. Hell yeah. Thank you, Galdwin, for your generosity. Galdwin has been a solid supporter of this stream. And always, always welcome. Yay! Getting things started. Let's get it started. Yeah, let's get it started. So I set up a Stream Elements overlay that's supposed to pop up a bigger thing when this happens. Do I have to make the extra life one bigger? Or the little widget I got over my head? I want to give a shout out to Stina, formerly known as Stina Plays. One of the longest tenured... Hello! Ah! I am getting comments on my thing. So what I'm just going to do is pop this up here. Kel with another $10. Nice tenor. Why are you getting echo? I don't know. I don't know. Why is there an echo? Echo, 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 echo. I do not know. So, what you heard there is the one thing I have done with this widget is Stina the widget is made by some dude who goes by the name of Bread, like, loaf of bread. And and Stina took it and skinned it so it's using the Lotro font. Like, if you go look at a quest, let's just grab some random quest. Like this font right here, that's the Lotro, the quote-unquote Lotro font. Yeah, you didn't realize the extra life tab had my stream embed. Oh yeah. On my page, I have the stream there. Sorry, I figured it might be useful to have it there while I'm streaming today. But somebody remind me, like, to remove it because, yeah. Hey, look, there's my new socials thing I made last night because I realized, well, I'm not just on Twitter, I'm also on Blue Sky. I'm trying to post on both, and I'm trying to favor Blue Sky because, as we all know, Twitter's a hell site now. But thank you so much for your generosity. Again, every little bit counts. And this is how Sapiens used to explain it. Is any amount can be used for something. For the charity, right? So think about something in your daily life that you would use to care for a kid who was sick. You'd use it for, like, some tussin. The tussin. Why am I riding to Rivendell? Because I forgot to stop at Oscarith to take the Stable Master. But what we're going to do is we'll take the Stable Master up here at the last bridge. Because, hey, there's a Stable Master at the last bridge now. What? Think about the things you need to buy to care for, say, an infant. Diapers, formula. Onesies, whatever. There's all sorts of things that even a small amount will be helpful for. Alright. The last bridge where Glorfindel left the barrel. Alright, stable master, let's
Hail, friend.
Let's go.
Well met.
go to Rivendell. Meh. I really like the fact that A, they fixed this dude always throwing like 5 million bits of water on this poor horse. And he's also a far-ranging
Nay,
stable
go on.
master. You can go to all kinds of fun places from here. Very handy. But we're just
How
gonna
can I
go
be of
over to
service?
the other side of the thing because we're lazy now and just don't feel like riding over to the front of the house. Meh. I do appreciate the fact that stable masters will send you on a mount that makes sense for that area. So if you're using an elven stable master, you typically ride an elf. If you use a dwarven stable master, you're probably riding a goat or a boar. And humans will just do horses. Okay, well, let's go talk to Frodo in Bilbo's room. Then we gotta ride to Amon Hen. Alright. There's Elrond's Hall. Remember when this didn't used to exist? The updates here. Alright, we're in Frodo's room. We're gonna go talk to Frodo real quick.
Just a moment.
Alright. So Amon Hen is down by Parth Galen, and I did unlock all of those stable masters. And I'm now going the wrong way, and that's fine. And so the way we're going to get to Amon Hen is we're going to take a shortcut. Again, no mithril coin, but the use of any of my travel unlocks, including the fact that I've got a mead hall right next to the far-ranging stable master in Rohan. Let's go. And that'll get me closer to where we... So all the stable masters, we're going to have a lot of fun. Alright. And look how pretty it looks in Rohan as my mead hall starts loading in. Alright. So to get to Amon Hen from here, we're going to hop around Rohan. I'm gonna go hop, hop, hop around Rohan. Alright, and what we can also do is use the Stable Master map and wait for all these to populate. And Parth Galen, right there. Cliving Eilworth, Elthingles, Floodwind, Harwick, Snowborn. Okay, so I should be able to get there from Snowborn. Which, hey, Snowborn is literally like over there. It's like over there. But we're gonna swift travel over to Snowborn and then swift travel out.
How can I be of service?
But I do wonder if that puddle in the middle of Snowborn still lets you fish in it. So we're gonna be doing this all day. Literally all day long. I think the last time it took me like 12 hours or something like that.
Will you aid the horse lords?
Not today, I won't. I'm on a mission. So I started to mention this, and as usual, I got myself. I'm very much stream of consciousness thing going on right now. Title theme. But Galdwin reminded me about the potatoes. And I'm eating potatoes right now. One of the cool things that came out of the anniversary stream that Cordovin did yesterday was that he said that the Samwise property guard and the potatoes frame from that Magic the Gathering promotion they did last year with Magic the Gathering, which Magic the Gathering Online is run by another Daybreak studio. So that's how they kind of finesse that a little bit. Because, hey. And they were doing, like, Magic the Gathering was doing a big Lord of the Rings card set last year, and the art on it looked amazing. And so what they did is they made a little cross-promotion where in that game you got, like, a couple of character frames or whatever. In our game, you got a Samwise property guard, and you get one of those. And then you also got a character portrait, which was basically a series of red potatoes. And Galdwin, when I clicked on her earlier, was sporting that exact same thing. So what Cordovin was doing yesterday is he was dropping those all over outside the Westgate of Bree and lagging the game worlds out. Arkenstone showed up. And so, because what he would... Well, actually, it's great that you had it on because it was very perfect to show that off so people could see what it looked like. But it was really fun because I hopped on all the worlds as well, just because I like to do that for the anniversary event, because it's always fun to see everybody show up. And I will note that Cordovin lagged Arkenstone, even though it's the first one in the list. He lagged out Langevall, lagged out Laurelin, because those two servers showed the heck up. He actually lagged out Saranen so bad that both he, me, and like at least 5 or 6 other people reported that, yeah, we got our game client crashed. Oh, I got nuked on several servers. I've lost the Undying title probably on 5 servers yesterday, and I didn't care. Those are not characters I've been playing. Alright, so I'm supposed to be here sitting on the chair. And since we're here, this is definitely a moment to take a screenshot. This is why we're here. Get another close-up. Man, I actually sat down like in a perfect position for this. I'm a hero of the small folk. And I want to get a shot like this over the Anduin. And this is the End Wash. Heading into Rohan. See Rohan there. So it used to be back in the day, if you looked in this direction from Henneth and Noon, it felt like you could actually see the Entwash from there. But I don't know if that's accurate anymore. I got nuked by like many different things because Corda was dropping a few different mobs out there. But one of the funny things that happened was for any character that I used, even like a level 12, I think my level 12 on Gwai here wound up looting a level 150 random gen mace or something. I'm like, what? I'm never gonna use this. But then again, it wasn't one that was like, it didn't bind to, it wasn't bound. So I could probably just toss it on the auction house if I felt like it. But it's random gens. I don't think anybody would really want it. Okay, so now we need to go to defeat the spirits at the Dead Marshes and gather remembrances at Henneth Noon to finish this thing out. So, the quickest way to get to the Dead Marshes is we can either take... Basically, I'm thinking of 2 different ways I can do this. Is I can ride up through Ithilien and then use the portal in the waste to click over to the Dead Marshes. Or I could go to Dol Amrith, go into the Dead Marshes through the Cave of the Evorim, and we could take a look at Dorthaneth and go, we're going to do that to Dorthaneth. You know what? Let's do it that way. That way I can do this. Because we know who... If you know, you know. Right? Okay, so Dol Amrith is the way to go. And I have several different ways to get to Dol Amrith. And we're just going to go to the Kinship House to start with. Need to get to the Argonath. But you got lost. The Argonath can be a little bit wacky. Depends on where you're riding from. Okay. Oh, somebody's replying to something else in the Signum Discord. And we have a Signum Discord. We also have a Signum Slack for employees and staff. Ah! So, the Samwise, we're going to go talk to Samwise again. Because I like to rubber band on my own kin house because I took the corner too badly. I should probably move the Samwise. You know, let's move Samwise around. Samwise, come here. Samwise, we're gonna move you over there so I can always see you. There. And I think these are still on cooldown. They are. So if you talk to Samwise, this is like I think once a day, and it summons a loyal ally, he'll give you a gift. What do I get this time? I got a tater! Woo! Oh, speaking of taters, I came prepared. I got my 2 conies, I got my 3 taters. Oh, I do want to mention the tater that I just picked up went into my large crafting carryall. Carryalls are currently disabled. Unless they turn them back on overnight. Yeah, here it is. The following carryalls have been temporarily disabled due to a bug. Crafting, task item, essence and tracery, and healer's carryalls. These carryalls continue to craft and complete task quests using items already put in them, and carryalls previously set to auto-gather will continue to do so. So, for example, where are my carryalls? They're down here. See, I double-clicked on it and I can't open it up. So I don't know what's in my carryall. Oh my god. But I just wanted to let you know that was something, and I'm like, why? What the hell? I don't understand why they had to disable them, but generally something like that, if there's a bug, it's probably something pretty bad. Alright. We're going to Dol Amrith. I don't know about you. I'm excited for next week's casual stroll as well. We're going to talk about something cool. Next week's casual stroll, they're going to show Update 40 stuff. Update 40 landscapes, so it's going to be awesome, I imagine. And the raids come into Tier 5. Anytime they mention Mokta Corbo, which is the location of the raid, I always want to say Mokduk Cordo. Because if you don't know, Mokduk is Cordovan's, like, personal gamer handle.
Hello there.
And I call him Cordo because that's what the DDO people call him. So Mokduk Cordo. You want to tell me if I've ever had issues with them? Were those quests that refuse to see items in them? Yeah. But I wonder what kind of... Well, I'm on my own channel. I can mention exploits if I want to. But I generally don't discuss them. I'm just wondering, I expect that's the reason why they're doing it. Because, you know, exploiters want to exploit. We are going to Dol Amrith. Except I just chose the wrong Dol Amrith. Durr. Gantarin! Hi, how are you? Alright, I just did a stupid thing. So we're gonna have to go back to the other... They really need to put, like, a horse to regular Dull Amherst next to the horse here. They really need to do that. Like they do in Minas Tirith. Like, if you go to after battle Minas Tirith, there's a horse right there for pre-battle Minas Tirith. Alright, let's try this again.
The long night has ended and the sun rises upon a peaceful kingdom.
You know what? Chicken butt. I don't want after battle though. I want pre-battle. Moria Eras. Rivendell Stables. My god. Messed this up, didn't I? Well, let's do it this way. Let's go back to the house. I can't do that one yet. Let's do this one yet. There we go. Having the mead hall is right there. The Dull Amherst Onion of Layers. So you're saying Dull Amherst is an ogre? So Galdwin. The music in the Belplus homestead area was Bill Champagne's first music for Lotro. True story. Look at the sky! Oh my god! Look at the sky in Rohan! It matches my character's hair. As long as I don't go onto my actual housing property. You notice I'm running around my property because if I go onto my property, it'll actually shift over to the Durin's Day one, which is pretty much the same sky, but it's the Durin one. But oh my god, look how pretty this game is! There was somebody in my official stream yesterday. It's like, man, this game really needs a modern graphics. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Look at that! Look at that! This does not need updated graphics. It's perfect. We're gonna take a moment to let the sun set. Because this is like my favorite look. Why did I just kick that button again? This is just so beautiful. Yeah, Galvus, there's also the simple fact that if the game had modern graphics, you would need a 4060 to play it. Otherwise, it would look like garbage. Or your computer would just lag and have frame rate issues. That's not to say that there aren't some updates that they should be doing. They really need to get off their ass and make 4K a thing. But I also recognize that 4K isn't something that they're just going to be able to whip up in 5 minutes. Alright, let's keep going. We're on a schedule here. My god, look how gorgeous this game is.
What can I do for you?
Alright, we need to go to Dull Amherst. Can I even get to Dull Amherst from here? Apparently not. This is like the worst stable master. Okay. Well, let's see if I can get there from Minas Tirith. Okay. And to remind folks, just tuning in, we are doing this for Extra Life. Every little bit helps. Exclamation point EL in chat. We'll get you the Linky McLink to do the thing. Alright. Give me a stable master. Hi, you.
Gondor needs your aid.
Alright. I need to go to pre-battle. Bing! Alright, there we go. Let's make sure I don't have a Dull Amherst here. I do not. Alright, that's good. So, the music in Belplus was Bill's first music in the game. And what happened... Let me actually get this out of the way. Remove that. Wait for the stable master to float in. And he took one of those pieces of music and used it in the Mariner intro video. And the special part of the Mariner intro video is the redo of that song had a live flautist on it. Like, the flute music in that piece was a live musician.
How may I help you, friend?
You may let me go to Dol Amroth. Bingo. There we go. Alright, we're in the right spot. Now, we're gonna go to the Dead Marshes. One of the more annoying places to get to, but... We'll go there. You've gone to the wrong... I did that too. So, I had to make up some time and go back to the correct Dol Amroth. I really do hope they spend some time and fix a lot of the stable master issues. I understand the need to have a stable master network, and that certain places should not be able to go to certain other places. But then again, the way they break some thoughts on, you know, once you've unlocked the 21st Hall, even if you haven't unlocked Moria, like someone could summon you into the 21st Hall, you get the stable master, and suddenly you can just go there. That's just kind of wacky. So, the notion of that, well, you can't get from point A to point B without going through, you know, 5 other places, like this is a WoW flight path. Yeah, no. Oh my god, Godwin, yes! Yeah, breed to the 21st Hall. I think now there's a couple of places now have a path to Outer Carascalathon. At least now we won't get shot by the archers riding through Lothlorien. Because one thing you should, for those of us who have played Lotro forever, back in the day you couldn't enter Lorien without already having done a rep grind to unlock friend status with them. I agree, Gallus, that there really should be a universal set of far-ranging stables. Like, every far-ranging stable master should have all the exact same paths. The rope doesn't work, but it's still there. Yeah, it's kind of almost covered up by a tree. But I still need to use... I think the rope should still work, though. Hopefully it's turned on, otherwise we're not going to be able to finish this adventure. Or else I might need to recruit somebody who can get into Karis Galathon and can summon me in. But before we take our little horse to the Dead Marshes, we're going to go look at somebody. This is an if you know, you know moment. Dorothaneth. And I actually want to go on a character who has completed King's Gondor. Who might know who this actually is. And having listened to Maid of Lions or read Maid of Lions' comments on the forums, I seem to think that I need to play through this questing again just to see if I can find clues that lead into the fact that it should... Basically, for those who are really, really paying attention, she should not have been a surprise to anybody who's really paying attention. By the way, can I just say that I hate the Dead Marshes? Like, they're horrible to run through. It's a pain to get to where you need to go. Like, the dudes we need to kill are, like, way over here someplace. And you can't ride your horses in here. Or if you're lucky, have a quest port you in and grab the stable while you're there. Well, see, the thing is, that doesn't actually work. You still have to have, like, it'll show up as discovered. I think I've tried this before. It's like, I've gone to get the stable master, but then I couldn't use it until I did the rep grind to unlock the front doors. But at least the outer guards aren't shooting me anymore. This would be so much nicer if you could ride your horses in here. It's like, Druid, you're a lore master. Why don't you have your bog lurker out? Because I'm level 142. That's why. Though, to be fair, when I was unlocking things off stream the other day, and when I went through the portal to go into the wastes from here, the mob was up. The roving threat was up. Yeah, we had fun with that. Did not die, I want to point out. Did not die. But it was a bit of an adventure. I think my biggest disappointment here with the Dead Marshes is we don't really see the dead bodies underwater. And we know Standing Stone can now put dead bodies in water. See also, Umbar. There was a quest that had you go look for dead bodies someplace. You love your lurker, but he yeah, yep. That's my other big problem. I mean, I love my bog lurker so much because when you're blue line with a hint of red like this, I just auto attack and then occasionally, if I feel like it, drop lightning storm on somebody's head and watch the entire thing go. All right, Fell Spirit, and we're just gonna do it this way. Where are you? And I really hate when they do that, when they submerge like that. I'm gonna ignore that quest, because again, we're not here for random chicanery. And I'm just gonna Burning Embers these dudes because I don't have time for this. As much as it would be funny to beat a spirit back into even more death just by hitting them with a stick, I'm on a schedule. Because the goal here is to try to get each of the cards done in an hour or less if I can. The Mountain Lurkers. I don't actually have any other tomes for my lurker. I should probably go look and see what I've got. And then we make the run all the way back. Do your fireworks. We'll do the Lake Ever swim thing here. We got just a bit more to go to our first points unlock. That'll be fun. And yeah, I do have a fairly large goal set up, but I'm not expecting to necessarily hit it. But you never know. And this is tabletop weekend for Extra Life, so from now till like the end of the month. So any Extra Life fundraiser, if that streamer or participant gets $100, I think it's 100 is the thing, then they get a Extra Life D20. But I'm not in it here for the Extra Life goodies for myself. Hey, Apu! Happy 420, blaze it! Maybe we should end by smoking a lot of pipeweed, which I will note, by the way, that Professor Tolkien very much vehemently opposed the notion that pipeweed was actually, like, weed. He was not happy about people saying, oh my god. And he was not happy about it. So I generally try to avoid leaning into that, even as a funny thing, because I want to be respectful to the professor. But people can do their thing, and it is 420. So for those states where it is legal to participate, and honestly, I give so little of a flying flip about the fact that it's illegal. Even if you're in a state where it is illegal, have fun. I don't care. Just don't blame me if you get arrested in those states where it's not legal. Okay, so yeah, the roving threat. Well, this is not the same one. Or maybe it... No, we did a different one last time. I'm going to ignore it. Come here. Oh, man. There we go. I'm going to ignore this quest. I'm busy. Now, we're going to go to Hennesanoon, but we're going to go to Hennesanoon via the Wastes. I'm going to get the stable master up here. Once upon a time, when Corey was messing around in the dead marshes and looking around and exploring, he wanted to see what was on the other side of the portal, and he was under level. It's like, no, Corey, you're gonna die! And I'm like, well, I hope the roving threat isn't up. So we go through the portal and start looking around, and guess what? The roving threat was up. Oops. Almost got Corey pasted by a roving threat. Because as you all know, Corey is not in this for the killing of things. He's in it for the scholarly aspects of things. And discussing the adaptation. Whee! Doing here. Oh, so sad. All right, we're going to
Gondor
Hennesanoon.
needs your aid.
For our last task for the year, one Tales for Frodo. I expect the next card will be a lot quicker because less stream setup, less riding from, you know, all over Rohan to get to Parth Galen. And the whole thing with alright, here's 1 of 6. Alright. So I never actually did say who the real-life flautist was for the Belfless housing redo that was in the Mariner video. The Mariner that just ran past kind of reminded me of it. I never did say who the flautist was. Wasn't somebody famous, like Sarah Andon or somebody like that. You wonder who it could be? I'm gonna do Galdwin's favorite emoji. It was Cordovan. And if you ask him about it, or if you praise him about it, he'll probably give you some super modest, like, I wasn't very happy with it. It was Cord, yep. Cord did the, in the redo. I don't think it's in the housing deco that gives you that music, the Belfless music. But if you watch the Mariner video and you listen to the flute playing, that is indeed Cordovan playing his real-life flute. There's actually, they did a video about it during one of the streams where... Oh. Did they? No, I don't think they did. Yeah, he's played his flute on the stream before. He used to do it a couple of times, like a couple of years. We made him do it for reaching a certain milestone for Extra Life. But he kind of stopped doing it when the milestone was always like 10 grand. And Daybreak would throw in 5 grand to start the party off. And we're like, alright, here's 4. I mean, this looks amazing, but with all the mist coming inside, all this stuff should be rotting or, like, soaked or whatever. It'll be, like, cold and chilly in here, and this would not be a good place for wounded rangers to get better. They just get a chill in their bones. Alright, let's get back to the party tree. Woot! I'll get it. Oh, yeah, I get XP for that. Didn't realize that. I also want to check real quick where I am on the thing here. Because I have honestly forgotten. I'm at 43. And I'm just basically going for 50 on this one. Because I do want the lamps in that. Alright. Let's go get year 2. Let's go get year 2. Alrighty. So, basically the goal of the stream is to complete this. And I hope I have enough bag space for all the other crap I'm going to be picking up. Alright, let's get back to the house. And we will then go back to the party tree. Pick up year 2. See if we can speed it up a little bit. Speed it up, speed it up, speed it up. Alrighty. This game has such good music. We've been really privileged with having Chance Thomas as the big name on the OG composition work for the game, though. Stephen D. Gregario has done a lot of awesome stuff. And Matt Harwood has done a lot of awesome stuff. And, what's his name? Stephen Egan, I believe? And then we have been privileged that once Chance Thomas was no longer doing composition, he came back for Mordor. Like, Chance did like a lot of the big albums early on, and then he came back and did Mordor. But then after that, they couldn't.
I be of service?
Honestly, couldn't afford him. Because guess what? hiring a world-class composer who has a world-class mixing facility and recording studio and multi-million-dollar facility. Oh, and also paying a live orchestra, a whole-ass live orchestra. That's a little bit of money. It's just a little bit of money. Party tree. Party tree. So discovering that the head of QA was also a composer and who was a decent composer, and give him the tools that are recorded with real instruments, real musicians on real human instruments. Humans playing real instruments being recorded into various libraries. So, and then having the actual composer have to decide how to utilize those. I need to talk to Waldo, actually, don't I? Hi. I should probably pick these up as well.
Go mad.
Oopsie doodle.
Lists? What does it all mean?
Yep.
I shall simply go mad. Ribbons? Lists? What does it all mean?
Oh dear. Oh. Oof. Thankfully, it already knows that I picked it up. Okay, so I'm gonna get the Stone of Eric for my housing. Get a tome of Farmer Maggot's dog, and the scrap paper. The scrap paper used to be important until we all learned what the scrap paper was for. Alright.